Hello there, and welcome in today's video. My name is Zekias and I will be showing you the entirety of my LEGO Embraer E-195. It's an accurate model recreated of Embraer's largest E-jet family. It can fit up to 118 passengers and it can fly over 3,300 kilometers with a maximum speed of 0.82 Mach, also well known as 890 kilometers. It made its first flight in 2004, and 17 years later, on this day, I have recreated it in an accurate LEGO model. I built this over a span of 2 months with 4,000 parts. It has a length of just over a meter and a width of 80 centimeters. Now, talking is just a bit boring, so let's turn on a couple of functions and I will show you as many things as I can do today. Let's start showing the functions on the exterior. First of all is a really fun one I have never added before. Those include lights, so I want to show you them right now. The lights are a new addition I have never added before in a single airplane. They are all over the place, including the interior with a couple effective lights. When we have a look, it's a lot easier to look in the interior, but don't worry, this will not be the only look you will get, because we will have a closer look after I showed you all of the functions on the exterior. So keep your patience a little longer and then you will see the inside. Let's start off with the wings. Unfortunately, I could not get functioning engines in there, but as normally, I could get in the flaps. They walk really easily by just putting them down, and all 4 of them walk just like they should do. And when we look a little bit to the right, we'll have the first door at the rear. These function really well, just like the airplane doors do in real life. After the door is opened, you can just drive your little ass over there and get in the airplane. And then even more at the back, there's another function I never added before. Here you see the elevons. They are used on an airplane to pitch up and pitch down. So these really are a crucial function and I'm glad I could add them in. It was still a little bit challenging because I had to move up and down, and well, I used the brick on the side construction to build the rear wings, but I think they turned out amazing. Once we flip the model upside down, we can have a look at a couple more functions, although there are not nearly as many on the bottom as on the top. However, still a few important are here that were worth it showing. Obviously, an extra detail is an extra light, and even these custom stickers have been taken through all the way to the bottom. The rear gear over here works really nice and just simple. Just like the real airplane doesn't have any gear doors, this one doesn't either. In the front it gets a lot more complicated since I used quite a bit of illegal techniques. You kinda have to push the doors away and then you have to take up a strut. The strut is usually quite hard to move upwards, and sometimes I even use a screwdriver for that. So I might even have to do that right now. Here I am again with my screwdriver and now it will go a lot easier. There you go. I managed to grab the strut and now we can just retract the landing gear. It works really basic after you just open the doors and managed to move the strut upwards. And that's how the landing gear just retracts. Here's another look with retracted landing gear. Unfortunately, I had removed the rear stabilizers, otherwise I could not flip it upside down. But enough talking about the functions right now. Let's actually have a look in the interior. So give me a couple minutes to flip this plane back upside down. Alright, now that the support has been put out and a couple of parts have been removed so we can take the roof off without destroying the light, let's take the roof actually off so we can have a look inside. Finally, we can have a good look in the interior. So let's do that, and let's start at the back. When we pass the family on the SS, we'll be able to look at a flight attendant preparing a meal. Seems like there's quite a bit of delicious stuff going on there on that shelf. Right after that, we've got two sets of toilets, which, like usually, are very cramped on an airplane, so let's no longer disturb that man getting in there. And we've got an annoying passenger leaning his feet against someone else's seat, and another flight attendant giving someone that. Seems like this man over here is preparing his trip really well. Once we pass the Batman curtain used of a Batman cape, we'll have some rich people in the business class. Seems like one of them probably paid for really overpriced hot dog. And another one is just enjoying the view on the airport. Once we pass another cape used as a curtain, we'll see the pilot entering the cockpit. Even though that's a little darker since the lights were in the roof, we can still have a nice look in there. I tried to detail it as good as I could, with detailed and handmade yokes and with just a lot of control panels going on there. Anyway, that's pretty much about it for the interior. Now, I know the camera sometimes have a bit difficulties focusing, so I hope it didn't disturb the video too much. Now, this was pretty much the tour. I hope that you will stick around for the time lapse. So if you like this airplane, then make sure to visit my channel and subscribe to it. And I also set up a Patreon page in case you would like to support me building these massive things. Anyway, it's time lapse time.